Let's watch some crazy stuff, yo.
Where the hell were you last week? Anyway, here's what you missed.
Today we are joined with everybody's favorite uncle, professional stuntman, Uncle Jay.
Yay! We hopped in the fucking police car and we drove home. One of the best places I've ever taken a shit was at the Sydney Opera House.
What's the craziest conspiracy that your cat believes in?
And I thought it was bullshit that he had a mountain lion until I saw it.
Did Jay get cloned and there's a Jay over here and there's a Jay getting pushed?
Exactly.
I was on 1,000 Ways to Die more than anybody else, though. I don't know if you remember that show. And this guy hands me $5. He's like, throw that up there for her. I'm like, okay. And it was fucking George Clooney.
Oh! With semi-pro comedians, Zach and OldSchoolCurt, where we answer the craziest questions on the internet at random dive bars across America. Today we are joined with stand-up comic and host of the Help Me I'm Scared podcast, Katie Bowman.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. So we just dive right into it. No long intros here.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a bar fight?
Actually, yes. But it was like, okay, there was a guy that was harassing my friend back in college. He just wasn't like leaving everyone alone, and he like got in my face and spit on my face, and I got like triggered, and so I elbowed him in the nose.
Just go.
And he actually like his nose started bleeding, and he got kicked out of the bar. The bouncers were like, "Oh, he's always a problem." So. But then I also had to get kicked out, and then I was like standing outside crying because I was like,
You got kicked out?
Dude, those bows come out of nowhere. You just, and I haven't been violent since college at all. It's just like, it was one of those things where it was like
spur of the moment kind of thing.
And he was just so mean, and it was just so
satisfying.
weird. And so, it was one of those things where it was just like, back off, you know, and then my friend came out, and he was like, why don't you just come in through the back door? And I was like, oh, you think that'll work? And we go back in, and the bouncer who knows me is like, did you just come in through the back? And I was like, I'm sorry.
Give it a shot.
He's like, you just have to leave. He's like, you have to leave for tonight. The other guy that you fucking punched in the face, he's 86, but you can come back tomorrow. And I was like, I just hate that this happened. And it's like so funny to me that I'm like crying, even though it's like, just go home, you know. And like now looking back on it, like if something were to escalate that quickly in my life now, like of course I would go home. Like
yeah, that'd be the smart decision. But you probably had drinks in you too.
Yeah,
so
no, I was drunk. I wouldn't have punched someone if I wasn't drunk.
I was so OCD that once I saw his nosebleed, I would be like, okay, I gotta wash my shoulder.
Yeah, totally.
If I would have ran home and taken a shower, get it off.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was definitely like, I think I was just triggered that I even hit him.
Oh yeah,
Is that your first elbow you've ever thrown?
No. When I was younger, I was a lot more aggressive of a kid. I was bullied as a kid, for sure. And I also learned like self-defense and fighting. And so I had a couple of friends that were addicts that one of my friends, she attacked me. And so I had ended up fighting back just for like 15 seconds. And then I was literally like, wait, I don't want to fight this person. Like, she's just not well.
Yeah.
And there was another time where I was at a house party in college, and these ladies came. Okay, this is weird. Like, these ladies came over, and we found out they were about like 26.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are you hanging out at like a 19-year-old's house party in college? You know? Yeah, it's weird, right? And so at the end of it, they had neighbors that asked them to enforce a curfew. And so I think around like midnight or like 1 a.m., they were like, okay, like we need to kick everyone out. And they went to go kick these ladies out, and they were like, hey, sorry, like you guys need to leave. This girl that was just like there at the party like shoved my friend down a staircase.
Yeah.
And so I was like smoking weed in a room in the house, and we're like sitting there, and we hear people outside fighting, and we were like, what's happening? And then we look out, and like two of the tenants that we were there that we knew were like getting beaten up by these women that were at this party. So we ran out there, and then they were like fat shaming this girl, and I was like, who are you calling fat? And I like punched her in the face because I was just like, who are these women? What are they doing? And then they ran away. And so
good Lord, man.
And then we were all just like crying again.
I've fallen downstairs, so I've fallen downstairs before. I would have cried too.
Dude, getting like thrown downstairs though at your own house, like I would probably fight anyone still.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, mine was because my cat scared me. I was
oh
walking
my God, that's so terrifying.
I was walking at my house. It was like 2 a.m, and I was like, I'm gonna go downstairs and get a soda. It was summertime. I was like 12 years old.
Yeah.
And my cat is at the foot, and I can't see her. And I hit, and I go, oh, and I go down the stairs, and then I stand up. Oh, sorry. And then I stand up and try to play it off and just walk limping to the kitchen to get a soda.
Yeah.
And my cat's still standing there looking at me like,
Just
whatever.
Yeah, like, oh, why did you go down the stairs in such a strange way?
All right,
Tried to
Katie,
walk it off.
Would you rather have the power to summon unlimited tacos whenever you want, or be the best at any arguments? You just have the most logical answer, counterpoint to anything.
I think I would like to be the most logical answer. And here's why. I'm a great chef, so I can always make a taco on the fly. But
yeah, I would go tacos. I smoke a lot of weed. That would be the greatest power. Munchies, tacos.
yeah, no, I mean, it sounds good.
I would definitely go tacos because I'm a pacifist. So when people start arguing, I just run away like a bitch. So I'll eat my tacos and cry.
Totally. That makes sense. That's good.
All right. Which useless superpower would you rather have? The power to skip up to 20 miles per hour?
Skip.
Or be able to recharge small batteries once a month? Or be able to fly, but only up. So you're like a balloon.
Okay.
Pretty much like once you stop
Only a
flying, you just
balloon
fall
to
down.
fly. Okay, wait, how do you get back? You can't get back down? You just have
You
to
just
like...
fall down like a balloon.
That's not really... That's...
It's a useless
Say, hey, look, I can
superpower.
fly. Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah. So, as long as you're in a safe distance.
Okay.
I like the skip one.
I feel like the skipping sounds cool because then you wouldn't need like a lift anywhere.
It'd just be skipping everywhere.
Yeah, and like batteries are becoming like obsolete, right? So like, yeah, I think I would be like a super skipper.
I think I would do the skipping thing too, because I would skip everywhere I went, and I would have to sing Wizard of Oz every time. I'd have to go. I'm off to see that wherever I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm off to go to Jack in the Box to
You gotta
get some
sing it really
tacos.
fast.
Yeah,
I'm off to see the Wizard.
It would be awesome.
That'd be great, dude.
I'd
It
probably
would
go
be
with the
nice.
fly. It'd be a cool party trick, just being able to fly up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you come
Until
down, like, dude, you're dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it depends how much, like how far you fly until you fall.
Yeah.
True.
Is it like up, like
Fly
skydive,
as high as you want.
and then you're just falling?
Pretty much just done.
That's a problem.
I just wear a parachute everywhere.
That sounds more like a problem than a power.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like. I like the skipping thing. I'd skip to every restaurant I went to.
Yeah. All right, Katie. Who would win in a fight? Chucky or the toys from Toy Story?
I would say probably the toys from Toy Story, just because there's more of
They
them.
got the numbers.
Yeah, they got the numbers, and they're so good at like look at everything they've accomplished.
Well, I would have to go Chucky because Chucky has the strength of a man.
That's
So he
true.
would just be like tossing them around because they're actual toys, whereas Chucky's a possessed doll, but he has the strength of a man that was a serial killer. So I got to go with
True.
Chucky.
Yeah.
But also the toys, do they ever actually die? Like,
You could just burn them or something.
yeah, maybe. Maybe he just melts them all together.
Yeah,
like in
yeah,
that
yeah.
one,
Chucky
in
would find
Toy
a way.
Story.
Chucky just keeps stabbing them. They just keep coming
Well,
at
I
him.
think Chucky would cut them all up and just they couldn't do nothing, and he would just chill.
Oh my god. I feel like he would like melt them all together. or
Yeah.
something.
All right, your life is on the line. Who would you rather go up against? If you lose, you die. You win, you survive. Gordon Ramsay in a cook-off, Alexander the Great in a sword fight, or Kevin Hart in a roast battle?
Okay, so Gordon Ramsay in a cook-off, Alexander the Great in a sword
Well, you did
fight.
say you were a good chef. So.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I guess I gotta go where my strengths are. I guess I would love to cook against Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon.
It would be fun.
Yeah. If you're gonna die, at least that'd be a cool way to go out.
Yeah, I feel like
in
I
a
would
sword
just die
fight.
no matter what in a sword fight.
Yeah.
Or what was the other one? It
And
was
Kevin Hart in a
Okay,
roast
Kevin
battle.
Hart. I would go against Kevin Hart,
Yeah.
but who knows? You know, I don't know. Like, does Kevin Hart do roast comedy?
I don't know.
I don't think I've seen him roast before. So I'm like,
I feel like I
You
got
know.
a chance.
but yeah.
What are you taking, Kurt?
I would Alexander in a sword fight because I would go back in time and I would cheat and I would have sword, but I would have daggers too, and I'd just be trying to throw daggers at him, and I would dress like a Ninja Turtle.
Nice.
Raphael all day, throwing size.
Very good.
I'd love to learn about that in history. The time Alexander the Great slayed.
Like old school Kurt went back in time, dressed as Raphael, and beat him with some size, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so being at Grandma's house, too, a good topic I saw. There was
Yeah.
this 99-year-old lady, and her dying wish was to have a giant penis for a gravestone.
Oh my god.
She had it erected. Let me show you guys this.
So she did have it though.
Yeah, she did.
Had it made.
She got a giant penis. It's 5.5 feet
That's
tall.
hilarious.
And
I love
600
that they
pounds.
gave it like a flesh tone.
Oh man, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Like it's not just a cement penis. It's like actually a. What is it, like a Priapus? You know, he's like the deity of like protection and fertility.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, the fertility goddess.
Yeah.
I would, with that, it's just funny to me because I would just, if I was at the funeral, I'd be like, well, Grandma kind of was a dick. So
she got what she wanted. Like
she got what she wanted.
You know, a rock hard cop.
Could you imagine taking your kids there? They're like grieving over somebody, and the little boy's like, Mama, there's a big dick over there. That would have to be super
I've seen
awkward.
One of those before.
She was like, I just want to see if they'll actually do this.
Depends
That's funny.
how sex positive the kids are, or the family is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They're like, you know, it's just body parts.
What would you have on your gravestone that would be super cool?
Let's see here. What could I have on a gravestone?
What would you have, Kurt?
My
I'm
gravestone
trying to
would
think of,
have
like a good gravestone idea. I've never thought about
my
this.
gravestone would have Gizmo from Gremlins on it, but it would
That's
be
cute.
Rambo Gizmo. Like my shirt.
Yeah. Oh, I love Gizmo. I literally just watched Gremlins. It was
I
so
love
good.
them. I love this. The second one's my favorite one. Love the first one too. But I would get Rambo Gizmo as my gravestone.
Yeah.
I think I would go with like a pool for mine, and then I'd be buried at the bottom
Of the
so you
pool?
can come swim. Yeah.
Okay. You can
Oh,
That's
okay.
okay. I didn't realize
They
we
can
could
come
like
back and see me.
do like architecture. I think I would love to also have a pool. That sounds really nice.
Yeah.
I love swimming. It's like
I just
so
thought
fun.
that. That's got to be an idea. Somebody had to think of that, right?
Yeah.
Right
Or
now?
like maybe you're like
A ball
created
pit.
in the like cement of the pool, so
Oh, yeah.
they're like swimming in your pool.
What about a ball pit, like from Chuck E. Cheese, and you're just buried at the bottom, just running around the balls? That would be funny.
That would be funny.
I saw this other one too in the news. This couple hates the song "Last Christmas," so they raised $60,000 to try and buy the rights to the song, so they can take it off the radio.
Oh yeah.
It
that's
is an
crazy.
annoying song.
That is you know, it is. That's so funny though. I've heard of my grandpa before he died. He really hated that song that's like rumpa bum bum.
Oh, the little drummer boy.
Yes, he hated that song, and he was like, "It's so dumb. Why does it exist?" And I'm like, "It's just funny. Like old people. I mean, when you're that age, you've heard that song.
Oh, yeah.
What song would you buy
So many
if you want to
times.
take a song off the radio? If you got the money for?
What song would I take off? Probably any Taylor Swift song.
Put the Taylor Swift back on.
Oh no, you're Swiftie.
I would take anything U2 does off because U2 songs last too long. Like, I'll be driving down the road, I'm like, oh, it's U2. Let me listen to them sports. I'll listen to sports for 5 minutes, go back, and it's with or without you. I'm like, this song's still going.
That's still on. That's
I
a
actually
long
support
one.
Kurt's idea. I changed my mind. You can get rid
Really?
of T Swift. I'm still mad at U2 for
I
putting that
hate it.
album on my phone.
I hate U2.
That is
On everybody's
interesting that they just like dropped an album on your phone.
And you know
I
what's
actually
sad?
apologized for it.
They did?
Yeah,
That's
I
really
felt
funny.
bad.
What's sad is I'm Irish and they're Irish, so you think I would like them, but no.
That's funny.
We are not a U2 positive podcast.
Yeah, we don't support U2 or James
No, you
Corden.
do.
Or James
Okay.
Corden. We
Everything
don't like
else we're
James
pretty much
Corden.
pro.
Wait, who's James Corden again?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the point.
We ain't getting him a shout.
Okay.
One other funny one I got from the news too I saw was this guy during the World Cup got caught rolling up a joint on camera in the stands, and somebody found him to interview afterwards, and it turns out it wasn't a joint. He was trying to warm up his ribs. He snuck a rack of ribs in. You see the video, he has a lighter under it. He's like,
That's really funny.
Well, I would understand him getting high because that's the only way you can enjoy soccer. That's the most boring sport ever. They could play. It's like, this game has been one of the best games played. Been 3 hours. What's the score? 0-0.
It's like so hard to score in soccer. So are the ribs already cooked, or was he just like?
I think they're pre-cooked ribs.
Okay,
He was just
so
trying
he's
to
just
warm it
warming up.
You
That's
know, in
so
the
funny.
stands. Just brought some ribs with him. It's a
I
power
mean, I
move.
used to bring like food to movies all the time, and if I still go to like an AMC, I think I just went to one where they have like more than just
Yeah.
popcorn. But like
What's the biggest food or most food you've brought into a movie?
one
Anything?
time, I brought in like a garbanzo plate at the movie theater in Boulder.
That's great.
It was like a pita and like sides.
The most that I ever brought, and it's kind of funny because my dad is old school, man. My dad does not pay for candy at the movie theater. And my dad likes Rolos. So he would get like 3 packs of Rolos and he would stick it in his back pocket. And then he would get me like 3 packs of Twizzlers, like the big Twizzlers, and he would put them in his front pocket. And we would go in there and he would be like, don't take the candy out till the lights go down. And we'd just be munching, man. That was our dinner when we would go see a movie.
That's so funny. Yeah, I mean, it's so expensive. Why not bring
Yeah.
your own? And like, I feel like you're allowed to. Like, what are they gonna say? You know?
I don't think they get paid enough to care.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because if you buy
my
candy
take on
there,
those
My take on most things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
candy there is so expensive, man. Like,
Yeah,
my goodness.
it is insane.
That's why you go to the dollar store, get your candy, handle your business.
Have you guys seen the trailer for that Cocaine Bear movie?
Yeah,
Yes.
that was fun.
I love that idea.
Me too.
Well, it's funny because it's like based on a true story, and then you read the true story, and all that happened was a bear was found dead with cocaine in his system. That's the whole
Aw,
story.
that's
He
sad.
didn't go running around killing people, but Hollywood makes things better.
Yeah.
love it.
Oh, the bear probably liked it and just like ate so much and died.
Well, I've never done cocaine, but I hear that's what it makes you
What
do.
would be the
Yeah.
coolest animal to see on cocaine?
I feel
would you
like
want
it
to-
would be some kind of bird, right?
A
Because they
bird?
would just be
Or
like
I see like a
flying.
hummingbird, maybe.
That'd be cool. I was thinking like
Crazy.
a big bird that has not a big bird, but like a bird that has like a huge wingspan.
Like
You
a
know,
like a bald eagle
yeah, like an eagle. Oh my god, an eagle on cocaine would be
or a
hilarious.
vulture. A vulture's just like, is there a dead animal? Is there a dead animal? There's got to be a dead animal somewhere.
Yeah.
What about a sloth? Would it still be slow?
Oh, it would
Would
be
it
still slow.
you
It'd still be
know?
slow.
I feel like it would just be like sweating or something.
And I
It's,
always
like,
thought-
wanting to move fast, but it can't.
I always thought like what would be a funny comedy if they ever do it in Hollywood is Night of the Undead Sloths. And the tagline would be like, they will get you, ... eventually.
Yeah.
I always thought that would be like the funniest
Like
idea.
follows, but sloths.
And they're like, run, it's going to get to us at some point. I just thought that'd be so funny.
No, that is
All
funny.
right. Who would win in a fight? Cocaine Bear or a Ford F-250 truck?
And we're saying like movie Cocaine Bear, right?
Yeah, movie Cocaine Bear.
I'm gonna say Cocaine Bear.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to go. If it's the movie Cocaine Bear, I'm going the movie
that bear
Cocaine
looks
Bear.
like it's going crazy.
I'm gonna go with Ford. We're trying to get sponsored by Ford.
All right,
Okay, cool.
we're
Nothing
a
beats
Pro
Ford.
Ford
Tough.
podcast.
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right, Katie. What was the first joke you ever wrote?
Oh my god. I think it was one my mom when I went to college gave me this like alarm in case I was assaulted. And I just thought it was really funny because I was like, okay, that's not you can still get raped if you have an alarm. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was
gonna be
like
annoying.
a keychain that you like take the keychain out like a grenade and then it's like a high pitched sound. But I feel like more people, especially in America, are like, shut the fuck up. So like it wouldn't even like it would not help you at all, right?
Man.
Like, and so I used to
They're not
joke.
gonna help you out of spite.
Yeah, so I used to be like, this is my protection. And I would like play it for the audience and it just cracked me up how quiet everybody would be.
Yeah, because that's some dark humor right there.
know,
That's
I know.
dark.
Pin.
But I mean, it's just kind of like, why is this all I have to protect myself?
Dear Lord.
So was there ever like a first joke that like made you want to be a comedian, or what was the moment you
or
knew
like
you were like,
seeing
seeing there like I should be a comedian?
When
wanna do that.
the first time I went on a date to an improv show, and I remember like not being into the date.
Yeah.
I mean, he was really nice. He just wasn't my kind of date.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't really want to continue dating this person, but I want to try comedy. And so that was like what got me. And I always had wanted to do it because I grew up watching a lot of sketch comedy. And so I like loved SNL. I loved Chappelle's Show back growing up. And then I also was just really into like some of the stand-ups that would be on like cable.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I feel like I saw like Carmen Lynch once, and I was like, "Oh my God, women do this!" Like, and I'm trying to think of other. Oh yeah, and I loved like watching like Robin Williams do like impressions and stuff like that. I was really into like impressions and stuff when I was growing up, just watching it.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite comedian of all time?
Oh my God, it's such a hard question.
Mine's Rodney Dangerfield.
Okay, I'm gonna say Lucille Ball.
Oh, yeah.
because
So, yeah.
I have a tattoo of her, and she was like the first. Like I grew up watching her actually as a child, and it's like you go back and watch it, and it still makes sense.
Oh, yeah. It
today.
still holds up. I used to watch them back in the summers. They would show reruns back when I was a kid, and I'd watch
It still holds
them.
up. It's still funny, and it's just so formulaic too. It's like perfect, and she just was so ahead of her time. You know, she was cool.
Yeah. So let's talk horror films a little. What's your favorite horror film, and then your favorite shitty horror film
Okay, I think my favorite horror film is probably The Thing.
thing?
Shitty horror film.
Yeah, like like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah, I'm
Tires,
trying to
like-
think of like one that I've seen that was like recent that is so silly. It's ridiculous. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. Frankenhookers. Have you seen that?
Oh.
What's
It was on Shudder for a little while. It's
I remember
so
that.
funny. It's like this movie from like 1989 or 1990, and it's like this guy's wife for some reason gets like killed by a lawnmower, which is like so not real. Like it's like her being like it's like inching towards her while she's out in the lawn, and then it's like like and she gets apparently like completely like shredded by a lawnmower. Yeah. And then he like is like a doctor or some sort, so he tries to like recreate her. So he goes out to like some like sex work alley and he tries to like lure in a bunch of sex workers by making like crack, but the crack will cause them to explode. And so
the 80s and 90s.
Watch
it's like
this movie
so
now.
oh it's so funny and like it's so fake, it's like amazing, like so then he realizes he has like a come to Jesus moment where he's like, I don't want to do this, you know. Or do you want me to like spoil it for you, or
Yeah, go ahead.
Spoil it
okay,
for the podcast.
I mean you'll love it, like you guys
still
will
gonna
love it.
watch it.
It's still fun to watch, but so he has like a come to Jesus moment where he's like, I shouldn't be doing this, and he tries to leave, but then all the sex workers like take his cocaine and they all start smoking it, or crack, sorry, and then they all start exploding, but they're like, it'll just be like a video of them, and then they cut the frame to like a mannequin that's actually exploding.
Oh, yeah.
And then he like creates, so because of it they like ended up digging it themselves because they're addicts in the movie, and he ends up building his wife back again.
Nice.
Except
Happy ending.
She's like a Franken hooker is what
I
they
got
call
it.
her. Yeah, it's so funny.
Nice.
I'm totally gonna watch it.
Yeah, it's
What's
so
yours,
silly.
Kurt?
Okay, well, my favorite horror movie is Pet Sematary, the original.
I love
And
that movie.
the movie that's the worst, like just the worst. Now, we all know Troll 2 is bad.
Yes.
Troll 2 is bad, but I'd have to go with Pet Sematary 2. That was the worst
That is
sequel
really
I've
bad.
ever seen in
It
my
was
life.
so bad.
It was so terrible.
It was so bad, and they
Ugh.
didn't like. It was like the same plot, right? Like
Yeah.
it wasn't even.
Well, it was a different plot,
I'm
but
trying to think of the plot.
it's
again.
kind of okay when you watch the first Pet Sematary, which I know you've seen. Remember when they went to bury it, like they hit the ground and it took you all day, and then in Pet Sematary 2 they go there and barely dig, no problem, and
I know,
it
it's
was
like-
so bad.
It just wasn't the same.
It wasn't scary.
Yeah,
it was like the first one wasn't a zombie movie, but
Yeah.
it was scary. And the second one
Yeah.
they made into a bonehead zombie movie.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would call it. Yeah.
But okay,
like a
and
zombie with a brain kind of idea.
I got a question for you. What is the most underrated horror movie to you? For me, it's Pumpkinhead. What would yours be?
Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go with The Taking of Deborah Logan. Have you guys seen that?
I have
Ooh,
not.
I've heard of it.
It's actually pretty spooky. And I feel like also I feel like The Grudge is better than The Ring.
Well, yeah. The Grudge is.
Yeah.
Have you seen The Grudge, the Japanese version? That one's real
Yeah,
scary.
that's so good. Yeah.
That one scared the hell
And
out
I
of
was
me.
just thinking, like, from American film, like,
Yeah.
I feel like that was actually, like, really good.
Grudge
Like,
was good.
really scary. I remember just being in the theater and being like, like, so scared. Or Silent Hill's another one that I
Silent
feel
Hill.
like is super underrated. It's so fun, and they make it so much like a video game still that it's like, I don't know, it's just fun to watch.
I always thought Pumpkinhead was just very underrated because that has the best atmosphere of any horror movie. The old in the woods, the old town.
Yeah,
That one was
totally.
just suspenseful, and the creature looked
good.
badass.
Yeah, it's a good film. It's been so long since I've seen it. I had an uncle who used to scare us and say Pumpkinhead was coming.
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
And we were like, no.
I remember when I was little, one time, me and my friend, we were watching the classic Alien, and I
Yeah.
forgot what it was. It was late at night or something. We had to go upstairs, so I turned off the TV, but I didn't turn off the surround sound. And it was the scene where the alien pops out of the egg. But I turned off just the TV before, and we're like getting up, and it turns out, you hear the
Yeah,
scream.
oh my God, that's so
And,
scary.
oh my God, we ran for our life.
That reminds me, I was talking about this with my friend, like, now, do you guys have TikTok?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so, like, I forget sometimes that I have my Bluetooth speaker connected, and I'll, like, stop watching, or stop listening to music, go sit down, and then I'll be, like, just watching TV and pull up TikTok, and it'll sound, like, it'll be, like, it'll open, and it'll be, like, a conversation happening.
Oh yeah.
On my Bluetooth, but it'll sound like there's someone in my apartment or something. And I will like scream because I'm like terrified, and it's happened to me like 3 times. I'm like, you'd think you'd get used to it.
You don't learn.
But, yeah.
All right, which horror movie would you rather wake up in? Alien, The Thing, or Saw?
Okay,
You just wake up, you're in the movie
you're just in the movie.
all of a sudden. You gotta
Alien,
survive.
The Thing, or Saw. God, that's such a hard choice. I want to say that I would survive Saw.
You definitely don't want to wake up in The Thing because any part of that thing gets on you and you become
know,
the thing.
like
You-
Saw would be my last choice.
I
Just because
think-
it'd be miserable.
But The Thing, I wouldn't be able to see. I don't do well with like paranoia like that, and
Yeah.
The Thing is like complete paranoia.
that is such a good film.
It's so good. I know it's literally about like your basic instincts like eating away at you. But like, also I feel like it'd be cool. Okay, honestly, it's Sigourney Weaver and Alien, right?
Yeah.
Dude, it would be so fun. Like
like
she
never-
kicks ass in that movie. I'm gonna go with Alien. Actually.
I'll go with
She's
Alien
amazing.
too. That's actually smart because
And the
Alien you have a
cat-
chance
at
to
least
live.
There's a cat there.
There's a cat there and there's more people. With Saw, it depends what time if you wake up and you're in a trap, you're done.
Yeah, I know. And like,
Yeah.
it's so awful what you have to do to get out of it. It's like, at least in Alien, it's kind of like, okay, you're either gonna get like eaten by an alien or
Or you can hide or something.
Yeah.
All right, let's do our hypothetical question of the podcast. It's just another
Okay.
Would You Rather, but it
Okay.
has a fancy name to it, so we can call it a segment.
Of course.
So for this one is, what's the biggest movie monster that like a small Midwestern town could beat in a fight? They get 24 hours to prepare, and the monster's going to come down like the middle of the street
Okay, so what's the biggest monster that's from cinema that
from a
would
movie, yeah.
that would be in
Like
like
King
any?
Kong.
Okay, that would take over a western town.
No, that the town could beat.
Oh,
The
that a
Midwestern
town could
town's
be.
gotta
Oh, okay, that a
Small
Midwest
town.
small town could be.
Yeah, you got a couple, like
Monster.
250 people there with all their
Okay.
guns.
Okay, let's think. I would say.
You got any too, Kurt?
I
I mean, it depends on how big the monster's got to be.
I know, because I
Yeah.
don't think Godzilla would just like take a town out.
Well,
right?
well, the thing with Godzilla was you can't hurt him, so
Yeah, you
don't want
really
him. But
just
I'm
like
thinking,
this
I mean, you
now.
could kill King Kong, but I'm trying to think of something more interesting. Like
Maybe like Cujo.
who?
I
Cujo?
haven't seen Cujo.
The dog?
I haven't-
Oh, well, yeah, that's super easy.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
They
A
could fuck-
monster.
maybe the Predator.
Like a creature.
No, the Predator would kill
Yeah,
everybody.
I
He
mean,
just fucks everybody
I think
up.
of like Stranger Things.
Or
That's a
Tremors,
small
but Tremors
one.
could come underground. That would be hard to kill.
Tremors is like a small town, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
And they
Was
did beat it.
They did
they
beat
beat
it.
that.
I know. I would say also, what is it, like Lake Placid, the big alligator? I definitely think a small town could take down a massive
I'm
They got
alligator.
thinking-
bullets for that.
If they have silver bullets, maybe a werewolf. If they have silver, if they can prepare, then I would say a werewolf.
A werewolf.
Because if they
okay.
could prepare, they could take it out.
The
That's true.
barbarian.
The
Think they can mess her
she
up?
could, yeah, I think she's all she needs is a gun, right? We're thinking of like how big is the creature feature?
Yeah, we have to know how
creature.
big the creature is.
Yeah, because I'm like, she was like a human, just like a product
A
of
little.
incest and rape.
So
over
I'm
time.
going werewolf because a werewolf, if the town knows and they're like, well, let's go make a silver bullet. Everybody
Yeah.
gets silver bullets. Blah 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 blah. Done.
I think I'm gonna go with that, or I'm also gonna go with it
Oh, the
yeah.
clown.
because small town kids killed the clown, right?
Yeah, true.
And I feel
They
like
just send a bunch of kids at him.
Yeah,
Well,
but
and, like,
Pennywise
small
would play
towns-
tricks on everybody.
small
That would be
town
hard.
People are so like good at being like stuck in their beliefs, you know, that
yeah.
like if there was this bully coming around trying to like be like, these are your fears, I feel like they would be like, no, like. But it also could work, like
That's
the way
true,
that it
yeah.
works, yeah, because that's how it eats.
All right. Would you rather grandma gets hit by a reindeer, like in the song, or you have to
Okay.
eat the last Christmas present that you opened? Whatever it is.
I would just eat the present, I think.
What was the last present you opened?
The last present that I opened this year, I got a T-shirt from someone. So I think you could probably eat
Could
most of over a day. If you had a day, I think you could swallow a whole T-shirt.
Yeah, I think you could.
It's just tiniest bites.
Maybe blend it up.
If
make a
my
smoothie.
dog can do it, I can do it.
I got you, grandma.
I know. I wouldn't want my grandma to get hit by a reindeer.
Yeah.
It would ruin Christmas, right? Like,
My last present I opened was like a giant LED like Bronco sign. It's like this big. I don't know if I could eat that.
oh yeah,
I mean,
no,
I love
that
my
would.
grandma, but goddamn.
Yeah, I guess like she would have to. Will she get killed by the reindeer?
Did she die in the song?
In the video, in the music video, she comes back at the end.
Okay, yeah,
that's
she comes
cool.
back in the end. Yeah,
I
grandma
didn't
gets
know
hit.
there's a music video for that.
Oh yeah,
song.
well that song, I have my own version of that song because I always went. Grandma got ran over by a dump
right.
truck walking home during Halloween. Some people in my family were saddened, but I could give a fuck. That bitch was mean. So I would go with the grandma getting hit by the reindeer.
Yeah,
Grandma.
totally.
Yeah.
Well,
All
if it's a shirt, I could eat a shirt.
I'm eating that shirt. What was the last present you opened? So we know
Well,
your
I didn't really
ideas.
get any presents because I live up here by myself. But I would say the last thing I got from eBay that I got was like, actually it was a 12-pack of Faygo, so I could drink them all.
You're like, never
Yeah,
mind. I'll just
true.
drink that. Well, you
But-
gotta eat the cans then.
But I would still grandma getting hit by the reindeer.
Yeah.
That'd be fine.
You're like, it's okay.
That's
She-
okay.
All right. Would you rather everybody in heaven be baby pandas or baby elephants?
I think I'm gonna say baby elephants. It would just be really funny. You know, they don't know how to use their trunks when they're first born,
Yeah.
so they're just like going. It'd just be like everybody's just like trunks are going crazy.
Yeah, I just
It
want
would
an
look like a
elephant
big
trunk.
streamer party. Yeah, yeah.
I go with pandas because pandas are adorable, and I love cats, and pandas remind me of cats.
They do. That's true. I mean, like a good little rotund kitty could look like a panda. I have a friend with a cat named Panda Bear.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right. Santa goes on strike. Who do you think the best replacement for him would be? Real life or
Santa.
movie?
Okay.
I mean, if we're talking movie, I would probably choose Flash. 'Cause, you know, he's fast. But if we're talking real life, maybe like Kevin Hart or somebody like small enough, you know, to get down chimneys.
I think it would be really funny if it was like Shrek.
Shrek.
Oh, Shrek.
We all celebrate Shrek coming on
He's like
Christmas.
bringing you like swamp shit and like
I would go with Chris Farley from Tommy Boy, the character
that
from
would be
Tommy
fun.
Boy. He would be a great Santa.
that's good.
All jolly and goofy, saying holy shnikes. It'd be great.
Yeah. All right, we're going to go into our last segment of the podcast, which is rapid fire questions. So
Okay.
we're just going to go back and forth with some questions just for you that we've done
Okay.
from other podcasts, some fun ones. So first question, if you had to go on a game show or win a game show to stay alive, what game show would you go on?
To stay alive. Okay. Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Oh man, that's old school right there.
I mean, that's
Yeah, I
like-
forgot about that.
Would you be the Green Monkeys? That was always my favorite team.
Yeah, I think I would love to be the monkeys.
Yes, they were the best.
But it looks. Every time I'd watch it, I was like, it looks so easy to get up on that tower. Like
I know, and they're all struggling, and I'm
and
like,
they're
it
getting
doesn't
like
look.
knocked down.
Yeah,
and
it
I'm
doesn't
like,
look that
I
bad.
feel like I would hold on really well.
If your
but-
life depends on that, I would be
Yeah.
throwing people off.
Yeah, I'd be definitely throwing the other people off.
Oh yeah, for
There you
sure.
go.
All right, my question would be, what's your favorite horror movie sequel?
Let's go with like Evil Dead 2.
Oh yeah, that's a great sequel.
That's a
So
great
is Army
sequel.
of Darkness.
Yeah, that's a great one too.
Fuck, marry, kill. Freddy Krueger, Jigsaw, the Barbarian.
Okay, I think I would kill Jigsaw. No. Wait, I think I would have to kill Jason. Wait, you said Freddy or Jason?
Freddy.
Freddy. Okay, I think I would have to kill Freddy, just because he's terrifying.
Yeah.
I think Jigsaw's actually doing some kind of twisted good in the world. So maybe I would just fuck him and I would marry Mother.
She'll take care of you.
Yeah, she'll take care of you.
Alrighty. Who's your favorite horror movie villain?
Really loved the bear from Annihilation.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was terrifying. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, where he was mimicking people talking. That was creepy.
It's kind of also like The Thing in a way.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Where, like, if you have you seen?
I
There's
haven't.
bear like, so like, basically Annihilation's about this like comet that hits Earth and it takes over. It's like the Blob in a way, but it has like a whole ecosystem inside of it, and everything's DNA is like combining, and so this bear, everything that it eats, it becomes kind of like Jeepers Creepers in a way. And so like when it kills people though, like their screams are all in its like vocal cords, so it's like terrifying.
Yeah, that's pretty creepy.
When it's like coming near people, you hear like Gina Rodriguez being like, "Help me!" and it's like it's terrifying.
It's the bear, and yeah, it's creepy.
And it has like its skull, like its face is like ripped off a little bit. It's so crazy. So I think that was pretty terrifying to me. And then I also think that I feel like I'm so callous because of all the horror films that I watch that I'm like,
Oh yeah, well you're kind of numb to
honestly,
it.
The Thing is terrifying.
Oh yeah, that is the best. Like for me, it's I'm a Chucky's my number one.
Chucky's terrifying.
Leprechauns,
Scary as
yeah,
fuck.
Leprechauns my number two. And if I had to do a third, it'd be the Blob from the 1986 Blob, because that would have, or 88 Blob. That had to be the most painful way to die, getting eaten by that thing.
Yeah,
Like my
totally.
goodness, that's a ugh.
Yeah, don't. Oh, that's a bad one.
And if you want to see a good movie with the killer bear, have you ever seen The Prophecy?
The Prophecy?
That's
No.
it's a movie from the 80s about a mutated bear, and it's going around killing people. It is horrifying.
Bears are okay. I think they're the cutest things in the world, but also they're terrifying.
Yes, they are.
I also heard like when they're fighting, they're just like shitting and pissing at the same time because they're just like
Interesting.
so crazy. And I'm like, God, it's like.
Well, anytime somebody wants to fight me, I'm shitting and pissing on myself, so I relate.
All right, last question, Katie. How much toilet paper did you hoard during the pandemic?
Foil paper?
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper. Well, I honestly was late to the game on the TP, but
Yeah.
so I had like enough that would fit in my apartment, but I honestly was just like taking a couple rolls from work every.
That's the smart thing to do.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, 'cause
I did that when I worked at the movies. I'd be like, oops.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know when I'll get it, you know. And then I just got a bidet, and bidets are life changing.
Yeah.
So.
I wouldn't mind a bidet. That seems a
it's
lot
nice.
easier.
You can install it yourself. They're like $30. You can get one for like $30,
Nice.
and then you have a clean bum all the time.
All right, that's been all for our podcast. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. We're going to be giving away a toaster here at 10K. Katie, tell them where to find you. I'll link it down below, too.
Oh, thank you. You can find me at katiebowman.rocks, and that's spelled ROCKS. And check out my podcast, Help Me, I'm Scared, with Katie Bowman. All links and stuff to that are on and links to my social media are on my website, katiebowman.rocks.
All righty.
All right, subscribe. Doo-doo-doo.
Hello there, sir. Sorry to disturb you, but we're taking small donations for a pool that we're trying to build in our neighborhood. Aw. 1 second. Here you go, little man.